Hi, and welcome to the very first of our tea and herbal wisdom with Sue. We're going to start with the tea. Today I'm doing a stinging nettle tea, it gives me energy. It's full of vitamins and minerals, and when I'm trying to cut out the caffeine, this is a very good substitute. And it also helps after lunch, you know, when you get that sleepy slump. This is the tea that to have. So I'll be drinking that while we're chatting. And before we're getting into the actual herbal wisdom for today, I would also like to say, if you can, click the thumbs up button if you like the video, as well as hit the subscribe so you can watch all our videos, and then the notification bell, which will then alert you to when new videos come up. That would be so helpful for us. Okay, so on with the video. Today our very first video is about herbal tinctures but made with vinegar. So we call them herbal vinegars. They are medicinal as well as used for food, but I'm showing you how to make them today medicinally so that you can get the best out of it. A lot of people don't like to have tinctures or want to just make their own medicine from home. And so they make it with vinegar and herbs right there in their kitchen. We're doing it inside our apothecary, which is the Herbalist's Edge, where you are welcome to come and visit us anytime. We are open Monday to Friday from 9 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon, and on Saturdays from 9 until 1. All right, I keep getting on to other stuff. So on with the show. For herbal vinegar, it's been made for centuries. You know, moms have made it at home as medicine for their children and for themselves. And the one we're going to be making today is thyme and lemongrass, because these two are excellent for immune boosting and for digestion that might be a bit sluggish. Here are the nice boxes, which I'll put in front until we are ready. And vinegar. We use apple cider vinegar, but any vinegar, whether it's rice vinegar, grape vinegar, they all work the same. Vinegars on their own have so many medicinal properties. I'd like to just make sure I do say them all. They themselves help with indigestion, with osteoarthritis, pain, and so on, by itself. So with the added thyme and lemongrass, it has even more to offer. When you pour apple cider vinegar straight over your greens, it helps when you eat them with your calcium absorption and the absorption of any other minerals that are found inside your vegetables. So that's an added plus. Right, so to make the herbal vinegar, let's get these out of the way. You need a sterilized jar, and glass is better than plastic because of course the vinegar will leach all the poisons or whatever's in the plastic into the vinegar, so we don't want that. So make sure it's sterilized and it's glass. I've already put the little label on just for convenience sake, and I've only put their thyme vinegar, but it does also have the lemongrass. All together inside, this is a 375ml jar, we are going to do half a cup of thyme and, no, not a half, sorry, quarter cup of thyme and a quarter cup of lemongrass. It's got to be 1/2 cup of dried herb. So let's go. Here's the thyme. And I'm pouring it through the funnel just to make sure that none spills. For me, herbs are like gold, and so we don't want to destroy or lose any. And then the lemongrass is a bit harder to get through the funnel because it's quite big. It's just chopped lemongrass, so I'm going to try my best-ish to get it in without spilling. There we go. If you want to, you can wear gloves, but it's not necessary. Just make sure you wash your hands with salt, with soap and water. There's a couple left out. Okay. So we take the funnel out, and to this half a cup of herbs, we now add 1 cup of vinegar. This gives it a 2-to-1 ratio. It's half a cup of herbs, 1 cup. It's like to like. It doesn't matter that the one's liquid and the other one's a solid. This is, it's like to like. I don't even know if that makes sense when I say that, but that's okay. Right? And then we pour this in without spilling. Excellent. Okay. Now, apple cider vinegar or any vinegar is, because of the acid, it reacts with the metal of the lid. And so we use wax paper. I've already cut it up. Wax paper is excellent because it has a layer on it which protects the herb as well as protecting the lid. Here's the lid. And then put the lid on properly. And of course you would then cut the paper just to make sure it's out the way. You don't have to open this bottle for the next 2 weeks. Keep it closed, let it do its job, and the wax paper will protect the lid and your vinegar, because if it has a reaction with the metal, it's going to compromise your herbal vinegar. So then you give it a good shake, and you put it, it doesn't have to go into a dark cupboard, it can just go into a place where it's safe and out the way. And you will leave it like that for 2 weeks. If you want, you can add a little, I've already put it on. You can add a little, no it isn't, it's this one. A little label just to say the date. You can put it on the back. Put it on the back here. Just to remind yourself for when this vinegar will be ready for you to drink. And so, of course, I have a finished one. This one has been macerating for 2 weeks and it's ready to be decanted. So I've got a lovely fresh jar. And into this jar, put my funnel. And then you can use a coffee filter. If you don't have a coffee filter, you can use muslin cloth. I'm using a coffee filter here just to show you that you can just use stuff that's in your kitchen. Don't have to have a whole lot of special equipment to make your homemade medicines. I call this a medicine because of the amount of good, excellent properties it has to it. I'm just trying to, oh dear, okay. Because now you can get a little bit messy. Bring the muslin cloth together and squeeze it out. Remember, before you do any work, wash your hands with soap and water and dry thoroughly. And there we have this amazing thyme and lemongrass vinegar, which can be used medicinally. You would use it medicinally for every day as an immune booster and a digestive. It does help with any indigestion you may have. It also helps, please remember your wax paper because it's still vinegar, and it just keeps the lid from decaying or rusting. Sorry, as I was saying, so the water, you can't just put a tablespoon of vinegar in your mouth because the acid is quite strong and will eventually destroy the enamel of your teeth. So the suggestion is 1 tablespoon of the vinegar to a full glass of water. That's why it's medicine. And then you drink it like that. But because it's medicine, you can also have it over your food. It's still going to do what it's meant to do. Take a tablespoon, and once your greens, whether it's spinach, green beans, broccoli, it doesn't matter what it is, take a tablespoon and drizzle it over your veggies, and it gives them such a lovely flavor. And of course, you're getting the added nutrition of all the minerals being absorbed into your body, and the added, I can't think of the word, but it would be an immune booster as well for you. So you can just put a nice little label like that, or if you don't have those, just put a simple label on and keep that in the fridge, and it will last for more than a year. I always say a year, mainly because the vinegar is unfiltered and it starts getting that mother at the bottom. Not a problem, nothing wrong with it, but some people just don't like it. And there we go. I hope you enjoyed this video.